I said, listen, you're sending bills to this guy named Lawrence O'Brien. Or I said, you're sending bills here, and it's not for me. He says, what name is on it? I said, Lawrence O'Brien. He said, what's your name? Lawrence Dean O'Brien. He said, how do you know it's not you? I said, look up fictitious name in Black's Law Dictionary.
Use the word name.
Oh, wait. What did he say? What did he say?
Well, the bottom line was, if I didn't have a Social Security number, they couldn't help me. They wouldn't answer any of the questions.
Is that what you call it, being helped?
Hey, guys, I got to thank you, Lawrence. Both of you. Dave, hold on. Oh, boy, what a night. My name is Lou Epton. Lou Epton, one or the other. Our guest this evening is Dave Hinkson. My name is Lou Epton. It's 12 before the hour, back on the AM 840 KXNT, along with our guest, Dave Hinkson. We've got a full board. Dave, if it's okay, we'll take some more calls. Let's see what Joe has on his mind here in Las Vegas. Joe, good evening. You're on KXNT, and thanks for waiting.
Yeah, thanks, Lou and Dave. Just one real quick question back to the dollar bill. The back of the bill, in the circle where the pyramid is and the eye, the Roman numerals, what were the Roman numerals supposed to...
Well, I have it broke down in a book called Scarlet and the Beast, which is available. It's a complete book that covers... the origins of how the Masons have basically made this country a Masonic country since the beginning. And on page, I think it's like 631, it's 3-set volume books. He breaks down and shows that the letters, when you add them up, make 666.
I see. So
see, like the D, I can hardly read my dollar here, but it looks like
it's a
MCCCLK. Anyway, you add up each two, and that creates, like the first two create 600. The second two create 60, and the next two created 6. He had a formula that they were using that showed that it meant 666.
Oh, I see.
Which is the mark of the beast.
Just one more quick question. Is there any other Masonic symbolism? I heard there was an owl involved.
Yeah.
And some other things. Could you expand on that a little bit, please?
Well, even the eagle itself was the original Babylon symbol, which meant Babylon. And the word illegal comes from the word ill-eagle.
I see.
And this whole nation we call the United States of America is a repeat of Babylon.
The owl, by the way, is on the front of the dollar in the upper right-hand corner alongside of the
leaves there.
The leaves there by the top.
It's the upper left corner of the crest around the 1.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll look up there, and I'll if you have anything to add, I'll listen to it off air. I know your time is precious.
By the way, and this is something I give Doc Marquis a great deal of credit for, believe it or not, and it just blew my mind when he showed it to me, and it's hard to describe on the air. There are 3 satanic symbols built in to the $1 bill. And that's not a mistake. And I can't believe it happened by chance. No other currency anywhere in the world.
Well, Lou, just highlight. This is how you've heard people say for years, you have no rights when it comes to the IRS.
Yeah.
Well, this is why. You file your tax return, right? Mm-hmm. And you put on there, I am a U.S. citizen.
Okay.
Now, what kind of rights do you have now?
Not too many.
None, zip, zero. I mean, come on, you're toast.
Okay.
Now you go to court and you say, I have rights. Shut up.
Okay. Tony here in town. Good evening. Thanks for waiting. You're on KXNT.
Hey, Lou.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave. How's it going?
Good.
Pretty good, guy.
Hey, man, that was, you sound kind of technical, but really, it sounds pretty easy. You just ask what the nature of the case is, and then you ask, if he doesn't answer you there, you ask if it's a maritime or judicial, and then if they beat around the bush there, then you invoke the 7th.
Right.
Cool.
Because see, what happens is when they go to seize your boat or your automobile or your checking account under maritime law, even if you could prove that you had rights, your checkbook's in the dead name and it has no rights.
Yeah. So it's actually a pretty simple process.
Well, yeah, it is. I want to ask you a question while I'm thinking about things. Listen to this question. I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
If it took an amendment to the United States Constitution to make alcohol illegal, and it took an amendment to the Constitution to make alcohol legal, thus canceling prohibition, how'd they cancel marijuana?
An amendment?
No.
There was no amendment.
There was no amendment.
No.
So it's just total
They used maritime
criminalism.
law. They made everybody a U.S. citizen where you had no rights, and they've proceeded. Now, the thing that, caller, that's most interesting about this whole story is even though they put all this in place during the Civil War, or after the Civil War, okay?
Yeah.
They never really they never really brought it all into play all at once.
Yeah.
They pretended we had judicial rights, and they slowly brought this monster out of the closet. For instance, the word statute means maritime law. Did you know that?
Yeah. Hey, hold on, Dave. Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
I had to say this to Lou because I saw this because I believe everything you're saying, Dave. Really, I understand it, and it's I think Bill Greitz even talks about stuff like that, doesn't he?
Well, we're trying to cover the whole story tonight, where people could finally understand, because a lot of people are getting in trouble. They got half the story, and they're going to court, and they're getting in a lot of trouble.
What does he want to say, Tony?
Yeah, I just want to say I saw that speech of Clinton's, and the guy. The commander-in-chief looks like he's sporting a couple of nervous breakdowns. I mean, the guy looks like he's going to drop dead.
Well,
really, the guy is pacier than a block of cocaine. I mean,
hear that.
These Democrats keep saying 2 words to describe what they feel is a loved president.
Yeah.
And they don't have anything to back it up. The guy looks like feces warmed over. I mean, also, if you look at him from the side, it looks like he's carrying one of those astronaut crappers.
Let me just add, Tony, they're closing in on him. He's not comfortable. He's very nervous.
Oh, he
You're
is.
not reading it
really,
in the paper.
Lou. I mean, yeah, he either took a
pressure, guys. I mean, they're telling him what he has to do.
Yeah, but he's getting nervous.
He's basically a puppet.
If you saw him from the side view, he either took a gargantuan dump in his pants, or he's wearing a bulletproof sphincter protector with a crop vacuum.
Thanks, Tony. Got to move along. We've got Bob.
Can I make a comment real quick?
Real quick.
He kind of prompted my thoughts there.
Real quick, Dave.
Okay,
we got a long distance.
before the things changed here, the law books were called the statutes at large.
Yeah.
Now, in 1954, most of the states developed what they called revised statutes.
Yeah.
Now, the word statute means maritime. A statute at large is judicial.
Okay.
You with me?
I'm with you.
So, how come all the states in the 50s changed to a revised, like we have the Nevada revised statutes,
Yeah.
there's the California revised statutes, there's the Arizona
I think you said
revised
it well.
statutes.
They've been stealing it slow but sure, and
But
now
if the definition,
hammer
Lou,
is
of
coming
statute
down.
is maritime,
Yeah.
they shifted all of our laws to strictly maritime, and that actually went into place in the early 50s.
And we didn't do a damn thing.
Well, we didn't know.
Well,
They already had it in place, but
I know.
they put it in place, but they slowly have been shifting the country to 100% maritime. Guess what happens when the country becomes 100% maritime, Lou?
You tell me.
Nazi Germany. This is the Nazi Germany Adolf Hitler story that I am giving you. If you study Germany
Yeah.
and the history of Germany,
Yeah.
you will find that everything that I gave in this story happened in Germany over 40 years.
Oh, boy. Let's go to Twin Falls, Idaho. Bob's waiting up there. Bob, good evening. Thanks for your patience. You're on KXNT with Dave Hinkson.
Hey, excellent show tonight, guys.
Thank you.
Got a question.
Yeah.
You touched on it. You just started to get into it, and you faded out up here, and I don't know if you went into it any further on where we have this dual states and dual legislative districts, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering, you said it's like walking into a big building, and you're the only one there. Well,
I was
of course
referring to
there's-
the judicial government, which is still in place, but there's nobody in it.
Yeah.
Now, see, a lot of
If we
patriots
could get enough people, though, 12 people to hold a quorum and elect our own representative?
That's all it takes. And I'll make a comment on that. See, a lot of people were going around saying you have to denounce your U.S. citizenship and fix who you are, and then we can create a Republican form of government again. Okay, the dead David Hinkson is registered to vote in Clark County, right?
Mm-hmm.
The dead David Hinkson voted. Okay, they always put your name in a fictitious name when you go to register to vote. The judicial David Hinkson has never voted, never been married, never had a Social Security card, never been birthed.
Uh-huh.
You see what I'm getting at here?
Yeah.
So, can there be two entities? Well, yes. You could set up a judicial government as long as you understand the difference and use your name correctly, and you could have two elections, one for the phony maritime, where you could say run for governor. Let's say you ran for governor of the state of whatever state you're in, right?
Idaho.
Idaho.
Okay, you're in Idaho. I'm just getting ready to move to Idaho. But let's say you run for governor, but 12 of you guys also go through the proper procedure to create a judicial government, and you run for governor in the judicial election, and you advertise and offer, a school where you show people how to create this correct government. You see what I'm getting at?
Yes.
And let's say under the maritime election, you don't make governor. But under the judicial governor, your 12 friends all vote you in.
Yes.
Okay? Who's the governor?
Well, I would, but they're not going to recognize it.
Well,
That's the
I
next
have
step.
23
How do we
Supreme
make them?
Court rulings, caller, that state that anytime a de jure person is, or a de jure government is in place, the de facto one falls. Now, it's a controversy which exceeds $20 as to who gets the governor's mansion. You with me?
Yeah.
Now, okay, they're going to say, well, you don't win. You just said that. They're going to rule against you. They're not going to recognize it, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Does a maritime court have the right to hear a judicial argument?
No.
Okay. Do they have venue to even hear the case?
No.
Who has original jurisdiction?
Common law courts.
And who's the only common law court left in the country?
My 12 people that are going to be sitting on the jury.
Thank you. Also, the Supreme Court, if you activate it with a small s and small c, the Supreme Court of the United States has original jurisdiction.
I hope you get up here before the next election, because we'll draft you for president.
What county are you in?
We're here in Twin Falls County.
Oh.
So.
Okay, Bob, thanks so much. Dave, hold on. We're going to have to break away.